I want to take a quick moment here before the video starts and kind of set it up a little bit. I didn't really know at the beginning of this video if it would even be a video. It was kind of a sensitive subject, the loss of a loved one, and there's a really touching story behind this trip. And so did all the video shooting, but it really turned out to be quite a touching story here. So please enjoy this video and be sure to stay to the end. The Sonia sent me a TikTok video that they did and put together. So please stay to the end and watch that video. Greetings, automotive enthusiast. So we have an adventure for you today. And so I'll go ahead and get in the car and kind of tell you what's going on. But just wanted to say greetings and just what a beautiful spring day this is out here. It is going to be a high of like 76 today, and it is just nice and sunny and just clear skies. And check this out, mama and baby are happy. Hello, Danny. Danny boy's our little guy. He was born on St. Patrick's Day, so we named him Danny. And then his mama there, Zoe. Let's go say hi. There we go. Hi, Zoe. How are you today? How's our little Danny boy? Huh? Yeah, you guys got lots of green grass, sunshine. Hey, Danny. What you doing, buddy? Huh? What you doing, boy? Yeah. What's going on? Come here, Zoe. Come here, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, oh, Danny's a little shy, but Mama, she wants some love. Don't you, Mama? Yes. Mama's a sweetheart. She's such a sweetie. Danny says, I'm not sure about people yet. I need some more handling. Well, you guys, you just enjoy this day and I'll get on the road. So, hey, so we're gonna go on an adventure. I'll get in the car and tell you a little bit more about it. But speaking of car, check this out. Just came in on the truck yesterday, and actually Friday. And 87 BMW 535 IS, fresh off the truck. Drove it home to kind of shake it down. But I love this car, super excited. There's the Maserati. And gonna go jump in and head out on this adventure. All right, we are headed down the lane road. And so what I'm doing today is I'm picking some folks up at the airport. They have flown in from Tennessee to pick up our 03 GMC Sierra SLE. And there's a really neat story of why are they coming from Tennessee to pick up an 03 GMC. Well, number one, the truck is a one-owner truck, no rust, really nice truck. It's in really super shape. Actually, I was going to do a full overview video on it, but these folks bought it before I got a chance, so there was a sneak peek video on it. But again, it's sold. You got to be quick. And but there's a special story, and I'll let the folks talk about it, when I pick them up from the airport. But so that's kind of what is happening. And so one thing, got to kind of thinking here. The channel is kind of two facets, and speaking of the channel, if you take a moment to like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It's just a lot of fun sharing stuff with you guys. Anyway, so it's car overviews, right? And that's really a customer service for people buying the car and having it shipped or flying in and driving it back or whatever. And so that's kind of the main that's the main focus, the main point of our channel. But then, we always had people, commenting like, hey, where did you find this car? And I want to know the story and what's the, what's the backstory of this and everything. So we kind of started doing what we called Road Trip Rendezvous. And, but thinking about that, I've been trying to come up with a title for it. I've had different, Car Quest, but I can't use Car Quest because of the parts store. And then I kind of come up with Road Trip Rendezvous. And that's cool, but there's other things that I would like to share with you guys that I don't think necessarily fits that image or whatever. So I've been thinking of something to use, and I kind of thought Road Trip Rendezvous was going to stick with, but I've come up with another idea. So let me know what you guys think about this. But we're going to call it Tales from the Trip, you know, because there's all kinds of facets to what Becky and I do with the cars, you know, whether it's, you know, there's just all kinds of different cool things that we want to do, and you know, we just want to share, you know, neat little moments with you guys, if, you know, for those that want to watch. So I think we're going to transition from Road Trip Rendezvous to Tales from the Trip. Now that's a little bit of a play on a title. Are any of you familiar with Tales from the Crypt? You know, that was a show. I remember watching that show on, I think, Showtime or HBO back in the 90s or something. But so I don't know how it popped into my head, but I was thinking of, you know, because it's just like telling stories, right? And so that's I was saying there, Tales from the Crypt, you know, it's because it's telling stories, you know, and that's kind of what we want to do with the car thing. And so I was like, man, well, what sounds like, you know, Tales from the Crypt? What rhymes with crypt that makes sense? I'm like, and it's dumb, it didn't even come to me till literally just today. I'm like, Tales from the Trip, you know. It's so I guess I'm the trip keeper. So having some fun. So now we're on an adventure of Tales from the Trip, and you know, because instead of us going and buying a car and telling the story of us purchasing the car, I think just as compelling is people who purchase a car from us, because there's a story, you know, like, why did they pick this car? Why did they fly across country to drive this 03 GMC truck back? There's amazing stories that we've gone through over 30 years of business, and it's stuff that's really worth sharing. So that's kind of what, you know, we're doing here, is, you know, sharing some of these stories that I think you folks might like. So that being said, headed to the airport and pick up these folks, and I'll share their story with you. So stay tuned. Here we go. All right. Well, I picked up Sonia and Seth from the airport, and everything go okay with your flight?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so we talked a little bit on the phone, and I really was kind of pulling for you guys to get this truck, because you guys had kind of a compelling story about why you came all the way to Wichita, Kansas for an 03 GMC truck.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about the story, like why you was looking for this truck.
Seth's trying to redo his brother's truck. He has an 03 GMC Sierra. We lost him in 2017. He was 20.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And we've had a hard time. His truck, it was just like we'd fix something and three things would go wrong. And it was just at the point where we didn't have no one to help, and you know, help him get what he needs done. He's learning how to do all this. So you know, he found it, and he was like, this is the twin to...
So literally it's like the twin?
Yeah, it's the twin to...
like the same color? The
same color, everything, other than the bed cover. We don't have a bed cover.
Right, but it literally is the same truck?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Same exact truck. So, you know...
And yours had rust in it and stuff?
Oh, it's bad.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing on these old cars is, you know, I know there's that sentimental, but I mean, what it would cost to get that restored would be astronomical, I'm sure.
Yeah, because we've already put an engine in it, and I think what all have you put in it?
Radiator, thermostat, water pump, some other stuff.
Yeah, and it needs a power steering, and then he pulled on something and the wire disintegrated. It was just one thing after another.
Yeah.
And he just wants to get it in a show truck.
Yeah.
To get a show truck out of it for his brother, because that was our thing. I was a single mom and I raised him, and I took him to the car shows every chance I could get. Because we live in, you know, Tennessee, where the Grand Rod Run and all those.
A lot of cool car stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot. You would be in heaven if you came down there.
Oh yeah, no, I actually. Well, it's kind of funny because a year or so ago, I flew down to Tennessee and picked up an old Porsche and drove it back. You know, I just loved it. I love cars and love to do car adventures and everything. So, you know, it is absolutely beautiful down there. I haven't done it yet, but I've heard of the Tail of the Dragon.
Yes, it's awesome. Have you not done it?
I have not done it.
Yes, it is awesome.
Really?
I've done it on a motorcycle.
Oh my!
And then I've drove it in my. I have a turbo, a 27 Hyundai Veloster turbo.
Oh, those are cool.
So I've went
I know. I've got to get down there because, like I said, I fly all over the country and I buy cars and sell cars and do different things. And but that's on my bucket list. Arkansas is only about 3 hours from where we are, and there's a road called the Pig Trail, and so it's kind of a similar, lots of curves and stuff. But I've heard stories of that tail of the dragon, and that is definitely on my bucket list to go and check out. Well, this truck is it's a one-owner truck. I mean, there's no rust on it. I mean, it's not new, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm hoping that you guys are happy with it. I send you saw the pictures of it.
Yes.
And then I did a quick little video walk around just so you could have a little little
he was
deal.
Like, when I told him, I said, he's just holding it. He's like, you need to make sure. And I'm like, he said, look, right here's the tags.
Yeah, right. It's always kind of tricky, because a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to come and get it, and then I turn away a buyer, and then they're like, oh, I found something else. It's so frustrating.
This is the first one he's found that was even worth getting. Like the other ones that he's found, it's just they're not in the same condition as the one we have. I mean, now we've got this truck sitting in my brother's driveway.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing with this one? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. But when it gets to mechanical things is one thing, but when you start getting into paint and body and rust and stuff like that, there's a point in time where sometimes it's, even though you're buying a whole other vehicle, that's probably way money ahead.
Yeah.
And then you can probably, I don't know, you can.
Oh yeah, it would. I think it's been wrecked. I think it was wrecked before my son bought it.
Oh, okay.
And it tore up on him. That's kind of the reason we lost him, because his truck tore up.
Oh no.
And then he went to the lake with some friends, and he was a non-swimmer. So.
Oh no.
That sums it all up.
Yeah. Darn. Yeah.
We don't even know what's in the water though. He never would get in the water.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure that's kind of a, that personal touchy thing.
He was the type that he would rather just sit on the bank and just fish.
Right.
Give me a fishing pole and a PBR and I'm good.
Well, it's so cool that, you get, to kind of go back in time a little bit. I mean, it sounds to me like this truck's probably in better condition than your son's truck before he even got it.
It probably is. What do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was running. It was good. He went and got it on his own, and I was like, I wish you'd have waited. I wish you would have waited. I wish you would have let me go with you.
Right, to kind of see, but everything,
young. He's young. He was starting out. He was proud. I was really proud he didn't do it on his own.
Right, and sometimes you got to do those things. Win, lose, or draw. You gotta learn from experience or whatever.
I just, didn't want the consequences down the road for it tearing up on him. What happened? So.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you guys to see this truck, and like I said, I don't want to oversell it or overblow it or whatever. But like I said, it's a local truck. And actually we have a really good climate here. They don't really salt the roads. It doesn't get that hot, doesn't get that cold. It's a really pretty good environment for cars for the most part. So we actually do have some really good preserved vehicles. When you go down into Texas, they don't have rust, but the sun beats them to death. You know what I mean? So it beats the interiors, it beats the paint, and then if you go other climates, like in the northern part, where the sun's not hard on it, but then they got the climate and all that. I know, and
I've always been told don't buy a car from Michigan.
Right, exactly. Yeah, especially it's been used. I've actually bought this car. Just came in from Michigan. But the thing is it's how if they were a collector car just in the garage and only taken out on nice days, then it doesn't really matter at all because it never sees the elements. But like daily type of stuff, and trucks are the worst because trucks are tools. They're used, right? So what do people drive in the wintertime? They drive their truck, and they keep their car in the garage. So trucks, we actually have sold a lot of trucks, and people have bought them from the northern states, and I've had people that's bought a truck from New York from us and shipped it all the way to New York. You're like, oh my goodness, with the shipping. But if you think about it, the price of the vehicle is cheaper here, and you get a better vehicle at the same time. So actually, they're money ahead by doing that. So, well, I'm anxious for you guys to see this. I hope it's what you're expecting, and it's sitting in the shop. I was going to do an overview video, a detailed video, but then when I told you guys, like I said, we don't hold vehicles. And you talked about, I talked to you about wiring the money, but you hadn't really done anything like that before, and so then you went ahead and just booked a plane ticket. And I said, well, once you book the plane ticket, it's yours. I mean, because I'm not gonna, I just try to be fair for everybody. So you guys just decided, let's just get down there quick and get it.
He didn't want to wait. He's like,
no, and that's a smart thing, because I mean, we get a lot of people that come in and just walk right in and buy a car because we got some neat, nice stuff or whatever. So excited for you guys to see it, and I didn't even. So I usually do an overview video, but like we washed it and then pulled it in the shop, and then I'm kind of like superstitious. Like, I don't want to get it out. What if I go to do a video on it and somebody hits me? You know what I mean? Something like that. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing a video on this one, because I don't want to pull it out of the shop and take a chance. That'd be terrible if you guys got a ticket and then all of a sudden something happened, So we'll be at the shop here shortly. I appreciate you guys sharing your story with us. Thank you. All right, we got to the shop here, and just getting ready to send them off for a test drive. They seem to be happy with it. So far, they're talking about their original truck and how they would step out of it and parts of the truck would fall off, the rust and stuff like that. So anyway, so I just sending them down the road, and here they go. See what they say when they come back. All right, they're going on the test drive. See what they think. I see them heading back here. Bringing it on in. It's a nice looking truck. Well, how did it drive?
It was smooth.
You like it?
Yeah.
Is it going to work for you?
I believe so.
Oh, awesome. You got a smile on your face. That's always good. Well, Seth, what did you think? You like it? It's kind of like going back in time a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's definitely a pretty darn nice truck. Well, I'll go ahead and get you guys paperwork done, and we'll get you on the road.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll come to find out, Seth is a huge Back to the Future fan. Have you ever seen one of these, Seth?
I think so. Yes.
Sit down in it.
Well, have a seat. So you a big fan of the show?
Yeah.
Are you? How long have you been a fan?
It's been a while.
So what made you be a fan of Back to the Future?
I just like the futuristic, like this style, the butterfly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's my own personal one. It's only got 13,000 miles on it. Yeah, 13,000 miles. You want to get in there? Might as well. You get many opportunities. Yeah, you just kind of slide in there.
Oh my gracious, yeah.
It's cool. It's such a laid back driving position.
Yeah, it is.
It's really
I can
cool.
reach the pedals. In the Lambo, I can reach the pedals.
Yeah, that's how you get out. Well, that's pretty sweet. Well, Seth was a pretty quiet guy, but he was really stoked about the DeLorean. So, I mean, you could just tell he was just really enamored with it. So, I offered him and his mom a ride. I was like, it'd just be a lot of fun to take him for a spin, and something they've dreamed of and never really thought that this day would come. But so here we go. We'll go ahead and loading up with Seth and taking him for a cruise in the DeLorean. fun. If you look right behind us in the mirror there, we just stopped. I'm in the BMW and filled up for fuel, and they filled up alongside me there. But that was a real fun chance to meet some really nice people. And you know, it was interesting when we found out that the son was such a Back to the Future fan, you know, and it was just meant to be that I just happened to have my DeLorean there at the shop and able to take Seth and his mom for a ride in the car. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I love sharing, you know, car experiences and adventures and so on and so forth. But he's such a fan. He's you know, obviously you can kind of see Seth's a little bit quiet and shy in front of the camera, which is cool. And but anyway, they were looking on my YouTube, or the YouTube channel and website and stuff, and they saw the picture of the DeLorean in front of the Back to the Future mural. And so actually what I'm doing right now is, it's so, I love it, but they want to go see the mural and take pictures in front of the mural before they head out of town. So I mean, like, that is so awesome that they are just really such fans that they want to take the time. You know, they've got a 13-hour trip ahead of them, and but they want to go check out this Back to the Future mural. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're taking them to the see the I'm going to go ahead and just, it's actually down by shift, and so it's right there in that area. So in order to try, instead of trying to give them directions or anything, I'm just going to drive them over to the spot, and so they can check it out and take some pictures. So it's this Tales from the Trip is just getting better by the minute. So I've got to make sure they stay in my rearview mirror there, but they're super happy with the truck and just having a great time. So I love they're on their own adventure, and I obviously can relate with that. So trying to just make it an experience for them to remember, and it's a fun experience for myself too. So well, we'll be at the mural here shortly. There they are. There's the mural. They're trying to park the truck in front of the mural to get pictures. That's pretty cool. That's neat. That's a real fan right there. I'll have to go take their picture for them. I don't know why they put a parking sign up on the mural. That's crazy. Why would you cover up the mural after doing all that? So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today and enjoying this episode of Tales from the Trip. So it's official. I'm sorry, I won't change it again. But so this is kind of like the first episode, but really kind of the same thing. It's the road trip rendezvous evolving into Tales from the Trip. And so I hope you guys enjoy this adventure, and the little I think it's a special, you know, little special story and everything. And I just I always enjoy, cars are special, and they really have tie in with really memories and human emotions. So thanks for riding along with us today on this episode of Tales from the Trip, and have a great day and happy motoring. And they're off. They honked. Bye-bye.
We just want to let you know we made it home to Tennessee with the truck. Still in great condition. Smooth ride. It was great. Thank you so much. Now we just gotta hope and pray that we can get some help and get it show truck ready for the next mini truck show. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, they say now you're in a better place, and I would be too.